In 1984, the small town of Maplewood was cloaked in an eerie silence, the kind that made your skin prickle and your heart race. The police department had put us, Jesse, Lupe, Roman, and me, Rene, in charge of guarding the old cemetery. Rumors had been swirling about devil worshippers planning to desecrate a baby's grave, and the thought sent shivers down our spines. The cemetery was a sprawling expanse of crumbling headstones and gnarled trees, their branches twisting like skeletal fingers against the night sky. The moon hung low, casting ghostly shadows that danced along the ground. We gathered in the old stone chapel at the entrance, nerves buzzing with a mix of excitement and fear. "Do you really think they'll come?" Lupe asked, her voice barely above a whisper. She hugged her jacket tighter around her shoulders, as if it could shield her from whatever darkness lay ahead. "Who knows, but we can't take any chances," Jesse replied, trying to sound braver than he felt. He scanned the area, his flashlight beam cutting through the darkness. We decided to split up, each taking a different section of the cemetery. Roman and I took the northern side, while Jesse and Lupe patrolled the southern end. As I walked among the graves, the weight of the night pressed down on me. It felt like the spirits of the departed were watching, urging us to protect their resting place. Hours passed slowly, each rustle of leaves making my heart race. Just as I began to relax, a chilling sound broke the silence, a low chant echoing from the far end of the cemetery. Roman and I exchanged fearful glances, our instincts kicking in. "Did you hear that?" I whispered, my voice trembling. "Yeah, let's check it out," he responded, although I could hear the uncertainty in his tone. We crept toward the sound, our flashlights flickering as if sensing the tension in the air. As we neared the source, the chanting grew louder, more intense. We peeked around a large oak tree and saw a group of shadowy figures gathered by the baby's grave. Cloaked in dark robes, their faces hidden, they moved in a rhythmic motion, hands raised to the sky. Panic surged through me. "We need to call for help," I urged Roman, but he shook his head. "Let's see what they're doing first. We can't just run in blindly." With every beat of my heart, I felt the weight of the moment. Were they truly devil worshippers, or was this some misguided ritual? Suddenly, one of the figures turned, and I froze. A piercing gaze locked onto mine, sending a chill down my spine. "Run!" Roman shouted, breaking the spell. We sprinted back toward the chapel, adrenaline propelling us forward. The chanting echoed behind us, a haunting reminder of what we had seen. Inside the chapel, Jesse and Lupe were already on edge, their faces pale as we burst through the door. "They're here," we saw them, I gasped, struggling to catch my breath. We huddled together, fear gripping us. "What do we do now?" Lupe asked, her eyes wide with terror. "Hold on," Jesse said, trying to steady himself. "We need to call the police. We can't handle this alone." As Jesse dialed, I felt a strange sense of unity among us. We were just kids, thrust into a situation far beyond our years. But in that moment, we became protectors of the cemetery, a bond forged in fear and determination. The police arrived minutes later, their flashlights cutting through the darkness. We led them back to the grave, but when we reached the spot, the figures had vanished, leaving only an unsettling silence in their wake. Though the night ended without incident, the experience lingered with us long after. We had guarded the grave, but the memories of that night, the fear, the chanting, and the shadows would haunt us forever. The cemetery had become a place of mystery, and we, its reluctant guardians, had learned that some rumors hold the kernel of truth, even if they come wrapped in darkness.